Part 2, addressing racism. Again, not for the faint of heart, not for children, and we're going to pick up where I left off at of not fitting in. So as many mixed kids will tell you, we don't really know where we fit in society when it comes to kids. Especially when there's so few mixed kids that either know they're mixed and don't know they're mixed in the schools with you. I was one of those kids that didn't know I was mixed. No, because when you go home, you're just mom and dad. You don't see skin color, you don't see ethnicity, you don't see any of that shit. You just see mom and dad. My dad lived in another city, and he didn't live in Charlottesville. He still lived in Virginia, but he didn't live in Charlottesville, and I only got to see him in the summertime, which was just as bad when I went down there because only my generation of children that were born into our family have stronger Native American genes. In other words, certain members of our family, specifically my cousin Sherry and myself, resemble more Native American traits than black traits. Other family members have the same issue, but most of the girls and myself had more Native American traits. Alright? Dad had magic sperm. Anyway, all of his children had Native American traits, and that would be mostly my big sister and I mostly look more Native American than we did black. My other two brothers have Native American traits, but they have stronger black traits, which is why their skin color is darker. Plus, my mom being mixed didn't help the situation. That's why I'm high yellow. Anyway, I've been called high yellow before too. We'll get there. We'll get there. The whole thing, is that my grandmother, because my aunt that I always talk to, that I'll be calling this weekend, hell, my Aunt Ruth. My Aunt Ruth didn't sugarcoat shit. And she would tell you straight that my grandma Ada did not like her dark-skinned grandchildren. She loved her light-skinned great-grandchildren, but she didn't like her dark-skinned grandchildren. She loved the children that looked more like her. So was she slightly racist? I'd say so. She's dead and gone, so hopefully she won't come back and haunt me tonight for making this video. But dream catchers don't always work. Anyway, so as we go down there, the kids that are browner, like this color brown, versus me, kind of stared out in the fucking crowd. He's like, yeah, that's our cousin. He's kind of mixed, which would probably mix the kids up. And, I had a lot of issues, and not from family, but from neighborhood kids. Like, oh, we got a little mixed kid. He can't play on our team because there's only black kids in this neighborhood. That kind of shit. I've been ostracized a lot. Not just in Charlottesville, but in Smithfield as well. These are things you kind of sweep under the rug, You let it go. You sweep under the rug. And to some people, that made me cute. And to some people, it did not. Alright? And then I come to find out, as my aunt says, that the reason why I only like light-skinned girls versus dark-skinned girls was because that shit's genetic, and my dad only liked light-skinned girls instead of dark-skinned girls. And he said my dad never really dated anybody that was darker than him. Let's not go there. But anyway, that might be still true to this day, which is why I have a preference towards white ladies and Asian ladies versus black ladies. I do like my black women, but they don't really do a lot for me in the turning on department. But there are some beautiful black women, and there are some red bones that I really like, but that's just sexual infatuation. As far as a possible future, not happening. Unless they're mixed like me and they've gone through the same song and dance that I've gone through, and I'm also 45, so I don't have time for games. If you're not really going to be in it for the long haul, don't come near me. Because I'm the serious boyfriend type guy. I'm not the I'm going to fuck you and leave you unless that's what you want kind of guy, which is neither here or there. It's back on track now. As I got into my teens, racism became more of a factor than less of a factor. And this is the thing that mixed kids will have to go through, especially the mixed kids that aren't passing as mixed, but passing more as one of the genetic parents more than the other. And if you have more white features, I got some nephews that look more white. They just have black people hair, and I have some nephews who straight look white. Those aren't my biological nephews, but they're still my nephews, and they look straight white. They have no black features whatsoever, but they are black. They are mixed, but they can pass for white, just like my mom. Which just explains why I lost her ass in Scottsville not too long back, after my father had passed. But anyway, as I hit high school and middle school, racism kind of followed me, like trying to make me understand the palm of its hand. In middle school, because we had to go to 2 different middle schools. When we went to Walker, things were peachy for mixed kids. When I got to Buford, not so much. Alright? My life in Buford really sucked. And the only thing I had good going for me was Kung Fu. Now, by the time we got out of high school, and through all the he's not a real nigger, he's a half nigger shit, I started going through worse racism shit at work. So I worked at Kegler's, which if you're around here, at the time in the 90s, it was basically redneck central. There were a few black people bowling, but most of our clientele consisted of mostly white people. And so, not going to go into the video about being jumped on my job, because that might have been about a little bit of race, but it more than likely wasn't. The most racist thing that happened to me at Kegler's, besides getting jumped at my job, was there was this man who's probably history now, but he's roughly about my age that I am now when I was 16. And every day for 3 years, the only thing he ever called me was Chief. And it pissed me off. So when I addressed that in my live feed about don't call me Chief and don't call me nigger, don't call me honky, I have a name, you know, and it ain't neither one of those three. Well, this guy for 3 years, I guess he didn't know that I was part black. He just assumed that we don't have a big Native American population in Charlottesville. So when you see one, it's like a blessing, I guess. And he dug that shit into me for 3 years. What's up, Chief? How you doing, Chief? What's going on, Chief? And in between that, the movie Renegades came out with Lou Diamond Phillips. And he played a Native American because that was the stereotypical role he had got cast for a lot. And the word Chief would piss him off. He'd get an adrenaline rush and fuck people up in the movie Renegades. So the word Chief started pissing me off because I got tired of hearing this white dude stroll up to Kegler's because it's like he knew my work schedule. He strolled up to Kegler's. If I had to do like pick up cigarette butts and stuff outside because sadly I didn't have any dishes and Frank Stoner made me do it, he'd always come to me, "What's up, Chief? How you doing, Chief?" And this thing happened every weekend for 3 years. No exceptions. If he didn't come and call me Chief at least 3 times before he got wherever he was doing with his I Got Friends music and the Thunder Rose and all the other country music that he played, he would have to either be sick or not there at all. But there was never a time where he didn't come up to me and say, "What's up, Chief?" And I would quickly retort, "Dude, I have a name. It is not Chief. The name tag says James. Can you please call me James?" And he goes, "Okay, Chief," and goes back in the building. And this happens for 3 years. So racism has been a factor in my life that I have never been able to escape. And then to top that off, there's no heroes that represent me in the comics or on TV or in the movies. So they have had a couple of movies where certain actors who were not remotely close to being Native American played part Native Americans until they actually let the real Native American actors get those roles. I don't know if Val Kilmer is any remotely close to Native American, but he did a movie called Thunderheart or Trueheart, I can't remember. But he played a guy who was half white and half Native American. Okay? Adam Beach, on the other hand, I know was a full-blooded Native American, just like Graham Greene. Daniel Day-Lewis played a dude that was Native American but not by blood, or something called Last of the Mohicans. You guys can go Google those and watch them. They're really good movies. But there was no representation for me. You know, I was the mixed kid before Tiger Woods ever popped up on the stage. And I'm only like a year younger than The Rock, a year and a few months, you know. And while he was all burning his career out, I'm barely getting started, and there were no opportunities for me. And as I got older and got more jobs, racism again played a factor. So I'll tell you about this job I applied for Tuesday mornings. I wanted to be the stock clerk in the back, not the cashier. And there was a lady who was a little bit darker than me. So I'm filling out the application, and she's watching me fill out the application. And we get to the part with race, and I check black. And she clearly looks at me and goes, "Are you sure?" So I've told you guys this story before, so that's long and short of that. But the fact that she looked at me and said, "Are you sure?" kind of blew me away. And I explained to her everything, which is in another video somewhere on the timeline for Facebook, YouTube, wherever. And I've gone through this on more than one occasion. And I'm like, you can't lie on your application, because if you do, you're going to not have a job, because they can fire you for lying on your application. Plus, I would like not to go to jail for fucking fraud, because that's a thing. You can go to jail for fraud. And the thing with that, when when race is an issue, when it becomes a hot pocket topic, there's not a lot of leeway. I know you see these damn lights. There's not a lot of leeway to escape, Well, racism is mostly a problem in America. I'm going to touch on that again in my third video.